All right, it's about 8:40, and I think this is our third truckload of concrete. But we are pouring what's called self-consolidating concrete. So this is a big bin pad for my cousins that farm next to me, and we're just trying to practice our mix design, which is this really runny SCC. We're probably right around the 600. We'll test this next load, but 600 millimeters. The first load was 700. We're thickening it up a little bit of stabilizer and a little less water, and we were more like 600, and that's close. If you're not 500 millimeters of spread when you dump it out, you're not fully SCC. So here's the slump, here's the board. So we fill the cone and we let it out onto the board, and it's marked, and then it's just flow. It's a flow test, and we spread, flow and spread. It's got to be on that at least 500 millimeters to be considered self-consolidating, and we're kind of shooting for around that 600. So things are looking good. The nice thing about it is you just dump it in here, and it just flows out and fills the whole mold. We haven't spread that at all. It just flows out and fills the entire ring, so we don't have to shovel it or wheelbarrow it or pump it to the far side. We're dumping it, kind of in the middle-ish, and it flows over there. So it's crazy stuff. We'll get another 2 loads into this bin pad. Okay, we're pouring, it's just starting to load the second half. So for the second pad, so the gravel's going in on the belt, and then the powder is going in up the augers. So it's a little bit dusty. And then once all the powder and the rock is in and gets mixing, then the sand will come in from that middle bin there. And so, yeah, the first bin pad went really well. Need to make a couple of little adjustments, but the last batch was beautiful. Now we'll see if we can learn more on the next 5 loads heading up the road. Anyway, so this is our first big job off of our own yard, and it's really good practice for us to get ready to start doing our other jobs. So it's pretty exciting. Today is the day we poured 100 tons of concrete today, 50 meters. But yesterday and a few days before, we did some of these blocks that have just samples of form liners, and this one's really pretty with a textured block. Look, it has a little bit of texture. And then this one is the same thing, but a very smooth block, and they are super smooth, just really smooth, beautiful. But they were just small sample sheets. This one was, these bottom ones were single use, and these ones up here, that's more of a stone texture, wood texture. These were thick rubber ones that you could use multiple times. These ones down here were single use. When you tore them off, they just kind of break up into, they're just a thin white plastic. Much cheaper, but you just use them one time and peel them off. So very interesting. This one kind of went awry on us, but it's a really cool textured brick. So I really like that one too. That one would be really pretty on a wall. Awesome. Okay, well, that was a big day. We poured 120 tons of concrete in these 2 big pads. So 50 meters. Yeah, I mean, anyway, at least 120 ton, maybe a little bit more than 125 tons, something like that. So each of these pads weighs about 60,000 kilograms. And then the bin that's going to go on top of it, which is going to be big like that one, but on a hopper that's sitting on the ground right over there, is going to hold almost 400 tons of grain. And it'll be standing just on those 10 or, well, no, that looks like almost 20 legs, but it'll press down onto that concrete. 400 tons of force down on this pad that is about 60 tons worth, 60,000 kilograms, so 60 tons. And it's got a lot of steel in it as well, as you might have noticed as we were videoing. But we got it all all mixed and all poured, and then Willie Lowen and his crew got it all finished. So fantastic, amazing day. Way to go, team.